you.
Thornton Medley, United Steelworkers. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'm Lee Medley.
Wait a second. You know, here's the deal. We got to do all this right. So you're signed in as Thornton. So
Thornton Lee Medley Jr. My dad was Thornton, so.
Okay.
But they asked for first name, and that is my first name.
Okay.
So Thornton Lee Medley Jr.
Well, it's just under Thornton.
Thornton Medley.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
We have to do everything.
Hey, I understand.
I know it drives everybody crazy.
I
But
understand.
that's what we got to do here.
I want to follow the rules.
Okay. And you're representing United Steelworkers.
District Council.
Okay, 13.
13, yes, sir.
And
myself as a pipe fitter.
Yeah, okay. And you're for the bill.
Yes, sir, I am for the bill. I've been here with Miss Davis before. I had 37 years of working on the Gulf Coast and in the refineries and Houston Ship Channel. I have seen us close facilities, and I have seen the effects on the families. I'm going to tell you, I'm a pipe fitter. And what those guys out there looking for jobs don't have is a lobbyist to come in here and make laws that allow for Chinese steel to come into our country. And those specialty items, you know who produces specialty items? Small businesses. Now, you're going to have a hard time convincing me or most of the people out in our state that it's a good idea to limit the use of Texas products while buying a Vietnamese valve to go into a water project. I don't believe that's what we want. I don't believe that's what we saw in the last election. Now, there is cost. If you're fabricating steel in this country, there is cost because we're not China. We don't manipulate our currency. We don't use slave labor. We do have standards. But a good company, a good, strong American company cannot compete when you have another country subsidizing the tires they're making, flooding our market. Those are Texas people. They're not corporations. They're not companies. They're not contractors. They're people looking for a job. Now, I'm going to tell you, a lot of people talk about work ethic. I learned my work ethic by watching my dad get up and go to work, and my grandpa getting up to work. Probably just the same as everybody in this room. But when there are no jobs, and a man or woman, speaking from a man's point of view, is not able to go out and let his children see him go to work, what does that teach in those kids? Why do we give preference? Now, my age, I come from the Cold War area. I missed the memo that Vietnam and China had become our friends. I believe you see things pretty well. Wind energy. When we started wind energy, those fans were built here in the United States. You go over the Houston Ship Channel if you're traveling north and look to the right and see those fans being brought in on ships. Our number one export is empty containers. We have jobs coming in. We have lost, in my local, we've lost 2 U.S. steel places completely. Everybody gone. We had Pasadena paper, Sheldon paper, Lufkin paper. They are gone. We cannot compete with countries that do not compete on a fair playing field. You know, the other thing I want to talk about is we're getting ready to graduate a bunch of children into the workforce. That valve that we're talking about, or that component that we're talking about, they should be going to apprenticeship programs and learning a trade, learning a skill. Let's put them to work. Instead of bringing in foreign-made products, let's put our kids to work. You can't tell me that a young man would rather spend his time getting in trouble if he had a good job. That's the American dream that we've forgotten, is to get a good job. Luckily, you find my wife been 34 years, raise some children, go on vacation. But we're missing that because we have chosen to use foreign-made materials. And they talk about components. Well, components come from working people also. I struggle, as most folks do. If you go into a cafe, Representative Kimple, in your hometown, most of the people in there would say, we need to buy American products, not Chinese products. I'm pretty sure. You know, they say there's extra cost, but that cost should be viewed as investment. We're investing in our country, we're investing in young people, we're investing in jobs, and we're putting people back to work. We talk about a lot of issues and problems up here at this building. There's 4 letters, JOBS, that would solve a ton of those problems. Because you have a good job. You know, we have seen companies, good American companies, pitted against foreign companies, and to be competitive,
Mr. Medley,
I'll wrap her up. To be competitive, though, they come after benefits. They don't want to come after our benefits. There's nobody out there saying, I want to take this away from a working man or woman. But if you're competing with a company that's payroll is an eighth of what yours is because of their government, you're not going to win. We should put our people first. And I thank y'all for your time and your efforts.
You bet.
And your past support.
You bet. Thank you very much for your testimony. Thanks for being here. David Mitchell,